Hi, hi, hi. How do you do?
Well, fine. We're going to have two more classes on this book. Yvonne, what do you think about it? Have you finished reading the book already? Yvonne, tell us the truth.
I don't want to spoil the story. I
What you
know that.
did? Yes? Yes.
No, 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 I didn't. I don't. I didn't
Uh,
because I know that if I do, I will not control myself and I will speak while we are in the meetings. And I don't want. I'm really surprised. I really love it. And I'm just holding myself not to read the next chapter. So I'm waiting. I'm
mhm,
being faithful. Um, but I love it.
mhm. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
very
Yvonne,
interesting.
have you read any other stories of this writer?
No,
No? Mm. That's
no.
interesting.
In the past, as I told you, I don't know if you remember, I enjoyed reading a lot, but something happened, things happened. I became
Mhm.
lazy and I stopped reading. Um, and now I'm just going back again to
We
reading.
have more free
Yeah,
time, children growing up, and
yeah,
no
yeah.
can read books. Totally
I
understand you. I have
I
a
join.
question.
I
Mhm.
I join. I'm joining a book club in Italian language, and we have just finished an interesting book by Daphne du Maurier, an English writer, Rebecca.
Mm.
Rebecca, do you know Rebecca? It is a psychological thriller, very, very interesting. And what makes this book a great book is the way of writing of the author. Very, very interesting. What
Mhm.
language, excuse me?
Tell.
I joined this book club in Italian, but the book is English. For
Oh.
example, I have first read it in English, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier,
French?
an English writer.
I see, I
Yeah.
see. hmm Okay, okay. So we have three participants, and it means that it's high time to start reading. As for the next classes, I already told the Razalba that I want to finish reading the story. I know, Yvonne, perhaps it's madness, but the point is, I will be pretty busy next 2 weeks at my school because my group of students, where I'm a form tutor, are finishing their secondary level. And it means that I'm preparing their general certificate of secondary education, and we are preparing a prom for students. My students are 20, I have 25 students. Yes, and I think that I will be pretty busy. That's why I'm thinking to finish reading the story to avoid big gaps.
Mhm.
I know, we have more than 50 pages to read, but I hope we will manage to do it during the week. Yes, and as always, I'm really sorry that I don't allow you to enjoy with all pleasure, but I think that the last chapter I chosen for the last class next weekend is a kind of a summary of the events. That's why I look through a bit forward and trying to find out if it's a good idea to finish the book next class, and I think it's okay. So if you want to enjoy, start it now. If you want to enjoy it even more, you will read thoroughly on your own because after our next class, we'll have about 2 weeks of break between two books. It's not, it's the last class on this story, but we have many books. I'm a great cheater, you know. Three books forward. Three. Yes, and I read and I read and I will think, oh, this book is great for our reading team because a lot of international events and words for us to learn about.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. Today we are going to read pages 90 up to 94, and then there is one word which gave me idea to make the rest of the reading meeting, and I decided to enrich our vocabulary today a bit. Okay, let me share. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Yvonne, will you please read the ingredients, the name of the dish and the ingredients?
Yep. Thank you. Champandongo. That's complicated even for you. I
Really?
guess it's gonna be complicated, no?
Is there dish in your cuisine now?
There are so many dishes. I cannot tell how many we have. And it depends on the region. Since
Mhm.
Mexico is a large country,
Mhm.
we don't manage to taste all the food that we have. But it sounds a little bit complicated. I think I have heard it's
Mhm.
sometime.
Mhm. Yeah, very many ingredients, and I think it's complicated to cook.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, Yvonne,
Yeah.
please.
Didn't you see the ingredients for mole?
uh, Nuts?
Yeah, but besides nuts, for mole, the previous one, when
Uh-huh.
it was going to be baptized, Robertito,
Uh,
when the ingredients for mole, yeah, are even more than this.
mhm.
Uh, for making mole, we need around 30 ingredients, maybe.
And
30.
30. Yeah, I
And
remember.
no, and not
Uh-huh.
all of them are listed in the last recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
that is complicated.
yes,
This is
and you
not.
need
So,
1/4 of cup of mole for this recipe. So you should prepare mole first and then start this recipe. Uh,
You know, there is something really interesting in mole, and I really don't know how it works. But the thing is that you can keep it.
oh.
Um,
Mhm.
the way you have to keep it, it has to be also special, no? Like the eggs that were kept under the hay and so on. But you can keep mole for a long period of time, and it doesn't spoil. I
Mhm.
really don't know the magic in there,
Magic
but many
realism.
people do. Exactly, exactly. Uh-huh. But
Hmm.
you can keep it, you can have it. And if not, I really don't know how. I mean, I'm Mexican, but I really don't know how Mexican moms did in the past
Hmm.
because it looked like they were making magic, really.
Hmm.
I'm really surprised of the way they were
I
cooking in the
guess
past.
there were some technologies to keep some food fresh and in cold places. Perhaps, perhaps we will learn about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
uh, a quarter kilo ground beef, a quarter of kilo of ground pork, 200 grams walnuts, 200 grams almonds, one onion, one candied citron, two tomatoes, 1 tablespoon sugar, a quarter cup of cream, a quarter kilo of queso manchego, a quarter cup of mole, a cumin, chicken stock, corn tortillas, and oil.
Okay. And what is queso manchego?
It's cheese.
Hmm.
It's similar to, well, it's yellow.
Mhm.
There is one similar in
Mhm.
like
Cow cheese
the market.
or cow cheese?
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I see. Rosalba, have you ever heard about such cheese like queso manchego?
We have different types of cheese in Italy. The most famous is Parmesan
Mm-hmm.
cheese or pecorino cheese, mozzarella, and these are our famous cheese. Queso is queso manchego very famous cheese in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see, I see. Okay, Yvonne, please go on reading. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, preparation. The onion is finely chopped and fried in a little oil with the meat. While it's frying, the ground cumin and a tablespoon of sugar are added. As usual, Tita was crying as she chopped the onion. The tears clouded her vision so completely that before she realized it, she cut her finger with a knife. She gave an angry cry and went back to preparing the champandongo. As if nothing had happened, right now she didn't even have a second to take care of her gun. That evening, John was coming to ask for her hand, and she had to prepare a good supper in only half an hour. Tita didn't like to have to hurry with her cooking. She always allowed enough time to cook food perfectly, trying to organize her activities in such a way that she had the peacefulness she needed in the kitchen to be to be able to prepare succulent dishes exactly as they should be prepared. Now she was so late that her movements were jerky and hasty, which led to that sort of accident.
Mm-hmm.
Do I continue?
Just a second. Okay, so what is that? Who's John?
The doctor.
The doctor. And what is his role in Tita's life?
He's healing her guns,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual.
Yes, he took her from Mama Elena's house when she hit her with a spoon, yeah, and she spent some a day or two, yeah, in dove hatchery, yeah, and he healed her, yeah, taught a really good word.
Yes.
She kept silence for many days, yeah, and step by step, she started to eat and started to talk. Mm-hmm. But who
He's
does?
a
Mhm,
he's a very positive character, John,
mhm,
because he helps Tita to believe in her freedom. And so he was helpful and very kind. In fact, when Mama Elena calls the doctor, he says to him to take Tita in a madhouse, but Dr. John, Dr. Brown didn't listen to her, so he took her at his house, and Tita was really well at his
mhm.
house.
Okay,
Yeah.
what is the connection of that episodes with matches? Do you remember? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to mention that it was just a shame that we didn't have the time to read this chapter. It is giving us a life lesson. When
Mm-hmm.
I was reading, I'm really in love with this book, and I regret not having read it before. So it's talking how we can be compared to matches and how negative people can blow this
Mm-hmm.
blow of this light. No,
Mm-hmm.
in this
Yeah.
case, it was, sorry, but it was not Magdalena negativity, or maybe bad traditions, no, old traditions, and he was telling her that we are the matches, and if you let other people blow off your
Mm-hmm.
light, then that's what happened to her, no? So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a really nice
Yes.
lesson.
But John
The,
was another match, yeah,
this,
to
yeah,
lighten. Mm-hmm.
this philosophy of matches, I think, could help everyone, because we are born with these matches inside us, and we need to light one at not together, but step by step. These matches can light only if we are together, people who give you positivity. And you need a person who loves you, and a person who give you good words, caresses, and make you feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
So it
But
is a very important metaphor in this book.
mhm. While I was reading, I saw all these efforts of John, and I knew that Tita, even taking all his sacrifice, all his love, she loves bad guy. No, Pedro is not that bad, but he touches Tita a lot. Yeah, I guess Pedro didn't lie to her.
You
But
know,
John is too good
sadly,
for Tita.
hmm,
No? Do you think that John is too good for Tita? She,
again, we have a real life situation. Sadly, when we have someone that loves you, you want something different. You want to suffer. You want challenges,
mhm.
and you don't love back the same. You sometimes stay with the person that
Perhaps it's in
is
the stories.
bad to you.
Perhaps that's in
It's
this.
real life.
Mhm. But I think it's mostly in the stories because mature people don't want tragedy, don't want drama
You
in their
know,
life. But
I
it
think we don't
happens,
do
it
it
happens.
consciously. We do it
Mhm.
unconsciously. And of course, time makes you be mature.
Mhm.
But when you are young as Tita was, you do that. And sadly, I'm afraid something is going to happen.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So,
So. So that's a pity. I thought when I was reading, I hoped that Tita will cope with her feeling to Pedro. I guess in reality, if it happened in reality, she coped because women can be grateful. Yeah, sometimes uh, women marry men because they're grateful. Woman's heart can love just because it is grateful. And we know thousands of examples, especially from the past, when a man supported woman he loved and she loved him in return.
mhm.
But about men, it doesn't work. No matter, woman can try. If a man doesn't love a woman, he can't be grateful. But it's about Russian men. Okay, okay. So I wanted Tita to quit from Pedro's addiction, so to
Mhm.
say. Because it may, yes, Pedro made her suffer, although his words are hot, loving, and so on and so on. So, okay, let's go on reading. Razalba, will you please go on reading
From
the
The
main
main.
course from here?
the main course. The main cause of her lateness was her adorable niece, who had been born 3 months before prematurely, just like Tita. The death of her mother affected Rosaura so deeply that it brought on the birth of her daughter and made the nursing the child an impossibility. This time, Tita couldn't or wouldn't take on the role of wet nurse as she'd done with her nephew. And what's more, she didn't even try, perhaps because of the devastating experience she'd had when they took the child from her. Now she knew better than to establish such an intense relationship with a child who wasn't her own. She chose instead to provide Esperanza with the same diet Najas used with her when she was a tiny baby, gruels and teas. She was baptized Esperanza at Tita's request. Pedro had insisted that the child should be given the same name as Tita, Josefita, but Tita refused to hear of it. She didn't want her name to influence the child's destiny. It was enough that while giving birth to her, her mother had had a series of setbacks that forced John to perform an urgent operation that saved her life but made it impossible for her to get pregnant again.
Rosalba, please have a rest. I will read. John had explained to Tita that sometimes, because of abnormalities, the placenta doesn't just implant in the uterus, it sends roots down into it, so that when the baby is born, the placenta doesn't detach. It is so firmly attached that if an experienced person tried to help the mother and pulled on the placenta by yanking the umbilical cord, the whole uterus would come with it. Then it would be necessary to perform an emergency operation, removing the uterus and leaving the woman unable to become pregnant for the rest of her life. Rosaura required surgery not because John lacked experience, but because he had no other way to loosen the placenta. And so Esperanza would be the only child, the youngest child, and the worst of all, a girl, which meant, in the family tradition, that she was the one designated to care for her mother until the end of her days. Perhaps Esperanza sank roots in her mother's womb because she knew beforehand what to expect in this world. Tita prayed that the idea of perpetuating this cruel tradition would not cross Rosario's mind. Yvonne, will you please read? To
To
help?
help keep that from happening, she didn't want to give her any ideas with a name. So she pressed them day and night until they agreed to call her Esperanza. Hope means, Esperanza means hope.
Spiro, dom spiro spera.
Yeah,
While I breathe, yeah, I hope.
yeah.
But several coincidences suggested that this child's fate would be similar to Tita's. For example, of sheer necessity, she spent the greatest part of the day in the kitchen, since her mother couldn't take care of her and her aunt could only take care of her in the kitchen. And with the gruels and the teas, she was growing healthier among the tastes and smell of this warm, paradisical place. That arrangement did not sit well with Rosaura, who felt Tita was keeping the child away from her too much. Once she had completely recovered from the operation, she asked that Esperanza be fed and brought back to her room to sleep, next to Rosaura's bed where she belonged. But that command came too late, for by then the child was used to being in the kitchen and it wasn't easy to get her out of it. She cried very, very loudly when she sensed the warmth of the stove was no longer nearby, to such a point that Tita had to carry the stew she was cooking off to the bedroom. so they could fool the child, who was lulled to sleep by the smell and sensation of warmth from the pan Tita was using for cooking. Then Tita carried the enormous pan back to the kitchen and went on preparing the meal.
So this time, Tita didn't want to take too much role in child's life, yeah, to avoid painful separation and so on. So Tita learned how to protect own borders, yeah, to stay mentally safe and not and avoid breaking her heart, yeah. So she perhaps after communication with John, yeah, who also told her about borders and so on and so on. So
Yes,
yes, it's a
she does.
wise action from.
Yes, she doesn't want Esperanza to be her destiny,
Mhm.
but many coincidences say that between Esperanza and Tita, there is a strong connection, and they have the similar destiny.
Yes, the same
Yeah,
love for cooking, by the way.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. So they fooled the child, yeah, bringing some soup, some pan, some uh, smells from the kitchen to the place where Esperanza spent slept, yeah, in her mother's bedroom, I guess. We can understand Rosaura that she wanted her child to be by her side. But the only, not disadvantage, but the only problem of Rosaura, she wasn't able to give the warmth to anyone. Yeah. She was cold inside, or perhaps, I don't know if she tried or not, but I feel that she was cold inside. He was too much depressed by her mother. That's why her female nature was, so to say, buried. Yes, it was buried by too much control. So she didn't bloom. I mean, Rosaura didn't bloom like a woman, not like neither like a wife, neither like a mother, unfortunately. I think that's the main reason. Mhm. Okay, let's move on. Yvonne, will you please read? But today? Mhm.
But today the child had outshone herself. Perhaps she sensed that her aunt was thinking of getting married and departing the ranch, leaving her behind all adrift. For all day long, she never stopped crying. Tita ran up and down the stairs carrying pots of food from one end to the other. Finally, it just had to happen. The pitcher went to the well once too often. Going down the stairs for the eighth time, Tita tripped and the pan full of mole for the champandongo rolled down the steps. And with it went for hours of hard work cutting and grinding ingredients.
Mhm.
Putting her hands to her head, Tita sat down on the step and tried to catch her breath. She had been up since 5 that morning to keep from hurrying, and it had all been for nothing. She would have to start over preparing the mole.
Yvonne, please have a rest. Okay. Pedro couldn't have chosen a worse moment to speak to Tita, but seeing her on the stairs, apparently resting, he went over to try to convince her that she shouldn't marry John. Was that fair? Tita, I want to say, I think your idea of marrying John is a terrible mistake. There's still time. Don't make this mistake, please. Don't agree to the marriage. Pedro, you are hardly the one to tell me what I should or I shouldn't do. When you were going to get married, I didn't ask you not to do it, even though your wedding destroyed me. Very suitable word, yeah, destroyed. Mhm. You have
I
your
like Tita very, very much in this with these
Mhm.
words.
Yes, she wanted
Yeah.
to get free from Pedro. Yeah, I totally understand her. To be honest, I suffered a lot with Tita from Pedro in the story. Mhm. You have your life. Now leave me in peace to have mine. It's because of just that decision, which I repent wholeheartedly, that I'm asking you to reconsider. You know quite well what the motive was that joined me to your sister, but it turned out to be a pointless act. It didn't work, and now I think it would have been better to run away with you. Just on time. Too late, I guess. He could run away when Gertrudis ran away, but he missed the point. Okay,
He's
Yvonne.
he's just thinking that about that after two children.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think so too late. Nothing can be done about it now. I entreat you, never bother me again for the rest of my life. And don't ever dare to repeat what you've just said to me. My sister might hear it, and we don't need one more unhappy person in this house. Excuse me. And let me suggest, next time you fall in love, don't be such a coward. At last she said
Wonderful.
it. At last she said it. Mhm,
Wonderful Tita.
mhm. But
Yeah.
something made her very strong. I guess John's love made him, and John's wisdom made her that strong. Mhm. Okay, okay, let's move on. Rosalba, please read.
Yeah.
Victoria, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Uh, we have a guest at home.
Okay, you have to go or
No, no,
what?
no.
No? Okay.
You and I in the club.
Uh-huh.
Luis and Jenny have just joined the meeting. Two new members.
Oh, really? Oh, wait a
Yeah.
second. Okay. Oh, hello, guys. Hello, Luis.
Hey,
Hello.
Teacher Victoria, good morning from this side.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And Jenny. Hello, Jenny. I guess it's the
Hello.
Hello, Jenny. Where
Hello.
are you from?
I am from Mexico.
Also, that's. Do you know that we're reading a book written by Mexican writer,
Oh, okay.
Laura Esquivel? Oh, not. Sorry, for my pronunciation.
Esquivel. Laura Esquivel.
Esquivel. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yvonne, will you please send a link to the book into Zoom chat box for
Sure.
Louis? I guess Louis joined the last class. Yes. And for Jenny, okay? Yvonne.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Louis, will you please read a bit for us?
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Okay. From here, picking up the pen angrily. Mm-hmm.
okay. Picking up the pen angrily, Tita went into the kitchen. Between her muttering and showing dishes around, she finished the mole as it could. She went on with the preparation of the champandongo.
Mm-hmm.
When the meat starts to brown, the chopped tomato is added, along with the citron, the walnuts, and the almonds cut into small pieces. The steam rising from the pan mingled with the heat given off by Tita's body. The anger she felt within her act like yes on breath doubt. She felt its rapid rising, flowing into every last recess of her body, like just in a small bowl. It, it spilled over to the outside, escaping in the form of steam through her ears, nose, and all her pores.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Louis, can you please remind where I'm from? I'm sorry. And
Okay, I come from Peru, from South
Peru.
America. Yes.
I see. Have you ever heard about such a dish as champandongo? Because you read it just from the very first attempt. That was, I'm surprised. Have you ever heard about such a dish, champandongo, before?
I know the mole from Mexico,
Ah,
but I didn't hear about champandongo. No.
okay. Mm-hmm. And Jenny, have you ever cooked champandongo?
No, I never.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jenny, thank you, Louis. Jenny, will you please read a bit for us?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. A small part of from here. Mm-hmm.
This I
I'm
small.
sorry. You know, Jenny and Luis, I don't know. It's like enmoladas. I'm just checking the image, and it's like enmoladas.
Yes, I know this is moladas. Yes, this is
It's
champagne.
really similar to enmolada. So enmolada, it's like a cake with mole. So I'm just looking
Okay.
at the image of the dish, and it's that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it. Yes, I know this is dishes. This is yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Thank
Jenny, will you please read?
you. Okay. A small part of these bundles, fury was caused by her discussion with Pedro. Another part by her accidents and her work in the kitchen, and the largest part by something Rosaura had said a few days before. Tita, John, and Alex had been together in her sister's bedroom. John had brought his son along on his medical call because the boy missed having Tita in the house and wanted to see her again. He stuck his face up to the cradle to see Esperanza and was struck by the girl's beauty, like all children his age, and didn't have any secret, and he declaimed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One more sentence, Jenny, please.
Okay, Papa, I want to get married too, just like you, with this little girl.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's enough. Yvonne, I'm sorry. It's not the link to the book, it is the link to the meeting. Do you have a link to the book?
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. And just a brief summary of the story for Louis and Jenny. So, main character is Tita, loved a boy, a man, Pedro. Yes, but Tita's mother didn't allow them to marry, due to some Mexican traditions. So Pedro made a crazy decision to marry her sister to stay by the side of Tita. So we can't retell the whole story, but now Tita is going to marry some man who healed her heart. And Pedro, being married to his sister, doesn't want it. So that is briefly. So this boy, John, is the son of the man who healed Tita's heart. So, and Esperanza is the niece of Tita.
Yes.
Okay, but I highly recommend you to read the story. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Full of recipes, full of passion, full of some shocking for us modern readers situations, but still really warm story. Okay, let's move on. Rosalba, will you please read?
Okay. They all laughed at that, but when Rosaura explained to Alex that she couldn't because this little girl was destined to take care of her until the day she died, Tita felt her hair stand on end. Only Rosaura could have thought to perpetuate such an inhuman tradition.
Rosalba, just
If
a second.
only Rosaura.
Rosalba, just a second. Jenny, have you ever heard about such a tradition when the youngest daughter was not allowed to marry and had to take care of her mother?
And this is part the history. Yes, I know, but this is moment the history before, yes, but now no, not this is way.
But in the past it was, yeah.
I think in the in 19th, yes, no, 19th, no, 1000.
Perhaps 18th century, 17th, 18th?
Yes,
No,
yes.
Mexican Revolution. So when so we have events happened in the time of Mexican Revolution, yes?
Yes, it's correct. Yes, Mexico
So
Revolution.
what year? The end of 19th?
See, exactly. And this is the year. Yes.
Okay. So Rosaura wanted her daughter to take care of, and Rosaura didn't want her daughter to marry someday. For us modern readers, it's kind of shock, but for that time, it's a tradition. But anyway, Tita didn't want Esperanza that destiny. Yeah. Okay. Rosalba, please go on reading.
Yeah. If only Rosaura had burned her mouth to a crisp and had never let those words leak out, those full, filth, frightful, repulsive, revolting, unreasonable words. Better to have swallowed them and kept them deep in her bowels until they were putrid and worm-eaten. If only she would live long enough to prevent her sister from carrying out such a dire intention. She didn't know why she had to think about such unpleasant things at a time like this, which was supposed to be the happiest time of her life, nor why she had to feel so irritable. Perhaps Pedro had infected her with his bad temper. Since they returned to the ranch and he found out that Tita was thinking of marrying John, he had been possessed by the Furies. You couldn't say so much as a word to him. He went out very early and rode around the ranch, his horse at a gallop. He returned at nightfall, just in time for supper, and shut himself in his room immediately afterward.
Rosalba, please have a rest. Louis, will you please read a bit?
Okay.
Nobody.
Thank you. Nobody had an explanation for his behavior. Some believed that sad or not having any more children hurt him deeply. Whatever it was, it seemed his rage dominated the thoughts and actions of everyone in the house. Tita was literally like water for chocolate. She was on the verge of boiling over. How irritable she was. Even the coin she loved so much, she sound made by the doves she had re-established under the roof of the house. A sound that had given her so much pleasure since her return. Even that noise was annoying. She felt her head about to burst like a kernel of popcorn to prevent.
Louis, thank you. Please have a
Thank
rest.
you.
Okay, guys, I mean Louis and Jenny, what do you think about the phrase like water for chocolate? Louis, do you have it in your culture? Do you say that
Uh,
someone is like water for chocolate?
Yes, and sometimes it's so common, water for chocolate. That's expression in my country.
Okay, what does it mean?
It doesn't mean that it's the amount of chocolate you serve to people on the
So
chocolate.
it's about cooking.
Yeah, it's like ingredient um, for preparing or for the food.
That is in Peru. But Jenny, how about Mexico? What does it mean? Like water for chocolate?
For me, this is phrase the chocolate has two meaning because this is a metaphor. When you mention this is phrase, the first meaning is when one person is very passionate for other person, but the second meaning is when one person is very angry with other people. Yes.
Of course she was, because that very Pedro married her sister instead of marrying her. Yeah, he wasn't that brave to marry Tita to fight for their love. He married her sister. So it's crazy situation. But so as for this, okay, which meaning is more suitable to the situation, Yvonne? What do you think? Was she angry or was she passionate in this situation?
Very angry.
The two of them, the two feelings, are strong feelings. So we tend to confuse them or to mix them.
So both are okay. She was angry. She was loving Pedro the same degree, perhaps even more, but she was angry. Yeah, that that Pedro is making some obstacles. Yeah, trying to prevent her from marriage and so on and so on. She's angry with him, but she's also, I guess, angry with herself that she still loves that Pedro.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that happens when we are young, you know. We cannot distinguish the feelings, and because we are not mature enough, we tend to confuse these feelings. Normal.
She's like water for chocolate because her strong emotions at the moment between confusion, anger, passion have created a strong pressure inside her. So she felt like water for chocolate, and she felt like a kernel of popcorn because she's going to pop, she's going to burst. Yeah.
So yes, her head was the same. Yeah, she was like water for chocolate in her heart, but her head was like a kernel of popcorn. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the very same word which gave me idea of making this meeting about popcorn, and we'll find out what I prepared for you just a bit later. Finish we are reading this passage. Okay, Jenny, will you please read just a bit of this from here to prevent that?
Okay. To prevent that from happening, she pressed both her hands against its heart. Timid tapped on her shoulder, made her jump. She felt an urgent to push through there was certainly someone who wanted to take up more of her time. What a surprise it was to see Chencha standing in front of her. The Chencha of all, smiling and happy. Never in her life had Tita been so delighted to see her, not even when Chencha had visited her in John's house. As usual, Chencha had dropped from the ski just when Tita needed her most.
Thank you very much, Jenny. And that is all about reading for today. So I underlined like kernel of popcorn because the next part of our reading meeting today is about popcorn. Yeah, all the situation, all the chapter, we felt Tita was like a kernel. She felt like water for chocolate, and she felt like a kernel of popcorn of the corn which is going to pop. Yes. So popcorn. Something happens to corn, to the kernel of the corn. Yes. This word made me think, and I started to look through the words through sentences, through videos, for us to learn about this word a bit more. So, pop, let's start with the first. What is popcorn? It's a snack. Yes, agree? Not. It's a snack. How often do you eat popcorn, guys? Do you cook it at home or only going to the cinema?
I don't go to the cinema, so
Yeah.
we cook them at home. Or, well, it's really silly because I just learned to cook them at home. I used to buy these packets, pre-cooked or pre-prepared, that we put in the oven. But now that I just learned how to cook them, I do it at home.
So do you buy some special kernels, yeah? Because not all corn is suitable for popcorn.
Yeah,
But
it's special.
let's watch the video. Watch the video because after that we're going to have some listening comprehension activities as always. Just a second.
And you know that popcorn is originally from Mexico?
Of course we know because we're reading such a book. I didn't know until I started to find the information, started to looking for information. Okay. Just 1 minute.
Popcorn is a type of maize or corn, but not just any corn. It's Zea maize everta, the only variety of corn that reliably pops. Each kernel has 3 key parts: the pericarp, which is the hard outer shell, the germ or seed embryo, and the endosperm, the starchy center. What sets popcorn apart from other types of corn is the pericarp, which is particularly strong and impervious to moisture. This allows the kernel to trap heat and steam until internal pressure builds enough to cause the kernel to explode. Unlike soft kernels of sweet corn or field corn, popcorn kernels have the perfect combination of moisture content and a tough shell, making them essentially tiny, natural pressure cookers. The moisture inside a popcorn kernel is a critical part of the popping process. On average, each kernel contains about 13 to 14% water trapped within its starchy core. When heat is applied, whether from a stovetop, microwave, or popcorn machine, that water begins to turn into steam. Because the pericarp is strong and not permeable to gas, the steam can't escape. As a result, pressure inside the kernel rises steadily. This is a bit like inflating a tiny balloon inside a hard shell. The heat also gelatinizes the starch inside, turning it soft and pliable, so that when the shell finally bursts, it expands rapidly into the airy foam structure we recognize as popcorn. Without the right amount of moisture, a kernel either won't pop or will pop weakly, producing those dreaded half-popped kernels often called old maids.
That is all. Okay. So let's have some listening comprehension activities, for us to review what we learned. Okay. Do you remember the name of the type of the corn?
The C.
Is
See?
it A?
It's C maize Eberta.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice, very
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
It's true.
Okay, so the one little difference.
A.
B.
B.
It's the pericarp, the germ or seed
The
embryo,
pericarp.
endosperm at the
Yeah.
starch center. B.
Phrasal, but why do you think it's A?
No, I because it is wrong, a paracarp.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pericarp.
Because popcorn, not just a common corn, but the popcorn. So a corn for a popcorn. So there is some differences.
From the germ,
Yes. All kernels have the same structure, but a corn, so a kernel for popcorn has just a little difference. The difference is the paracarp and pericarp. Which one is the popcorn?
Pericarp.
The pericarp.
Okay, so A or B?
B.
Pericarp. Okay,
B.
why did I add
Pericarp.
this A? Okay, Luis, why A?
Okay.
A.
Mhm. Do you remember what did they tell about it? So they said that just a common kernel of corn has three parts, yeah? Pericarp, then seed embryo, and a sperm, yeah. But the kernel for popcorn has something different, yeah? Shell, which is stronger. No? Okay, so Jenny, give us the answer and it will be the last one. Which one? Paracarp or pericarp?
I don't remember very well, but nails, the pericarp, and the mm, mm,
Okay. Just
I think it's the A.
okay. Louis, I think it's the A. Okay, Jenny, A.
It's B.
Yvonne for
B.
B. Rosalba is
B.
for
A. B.
B. Two
Definitely
B's.
B.
Jenny?
I think it's Bill. I think, I don't know.
Okay. Oh, it was correct. Yes,
No.
paracarp, that
A.
was the strongest. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I heard pericarp. And I saw the photograph.
They want us something. Okay. Just indicate. As for paracaps, it has so the kernels for corn has a stronger shell, and a paracap can trap more moisture. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like soft kernels.
So not every kernel of corn can pop. We need special type of corns. Yeah, and now we know that the structure of the kernel should be also special to achieve that foamy effect. So agree or not?
It's true.
True.
It's true.
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 Which one? 30, 40 or 30?
It's B.
B.
It's B.
B.
Of course,
B.
it's not the
Yeah.
Z. Okay. And the last point.
Old maids.
Mhm.
Come
Yes, old maids, because they didn't pop on time, or perhaps at all. Yeah, even after being heated. Okay, well done. And now we pass over to some vocabulary enrichment, because I decided to dive into this word not only from as the book item, yes, not only a snack, but also for us to learn some new vocabulary. Firstly, I'm going to show you the video. We'll take some new phrasal verbs there. Then I will review the meanings of these phrasal verbs and then have some practice with them. So 2 more tasks. Not tired? Hope not tired. Okay. Just a second.
Hello and welcome to English Logica's Expressions series. In this video, we will be looking at expressions with the word pop. The word pop usually means something that happens quickly or rapidly, but it can also be used to talk about something that stands out. Pop over. If I say I'm going to pop over to the shop, it means I'm going to the shop and I want to be quick. Pop out. The same if I say I'm going to pop out. It means I intend to go out for a short time. I forgot to buy milk, so I'm going to pop out to get some. You could also say pop across, pop in, pop into, or pop down, depending on where you are going. For example, I need a coffee. I'm just going to pop across to the cafe to get one. Could you pop down to accounts and see if their report is finished? I'll pop into Jenny's for a cup of tea on the way home. Pop round. If I say I'm going to pop round this afternoon, it means that I intend to visit for a short time. I have a lot of homework to do this afternoon, but I'll pop round to your house for tea when I'm finished. Pop the cork. Of course, when you are celebrating, you will need somebody to pop the cork on the champagne. The sound the champagne makes when it is opened is pop. So you can pop open the champagne or pop open the Prosecco. Pop open. For things that are associated with the sound pop, we can say pop open. For example, in America, it is common to say, we bought a lot of groceries. Pop open the trunk of the car so we can bring them home. Or you could say, pop open my suitcase and get me a sweater, would you? This is because of the sound the suitcase and the car make when you open them. Pop the balloon, pop the bubble. When we talk about objects that are spherical or round, like a ball, balloon, or a bubble, when they break, we say pop because of the sound that they make. David, don't pop the balloon. The baby is asleep. I was playing with the ball when it popped. Now it's broken. The word pop is also short for popular. It is used to describe a genre of music. Pop music. Madonna is a famous pop singer. Michael Jackson was considered the king of pop. Pop icon. A pop icon is somebody or something which is recognizable to almost everybody. It could be a character or a thing associated with a particular era or time. Andy Warhol painted many famous pop icons, from Marilyn Monroe to cans of soup. Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, and Batman are all considered classic pop icons. Pop. We can use the word pop when we want to talk about something that stands out, especially with colours. That sweater really makes your hair pop. If you have brown eyes and wear green eyeshadow, it makes your eyes pop. Pop up. We can use the word pop up to describe something that is temporary. John opened a pop-up restaurant beside the train station. It will be there until December. Pop-up ads are very annoying when you are surfing the internet. You can also use pop in replace of put to talk about something that will last for a short time. I'm sorry, the tickets are sold out. I'll pop you on the waiting list. I'm going to pop you on hold for a moment, for example. Or the doctor might say, can you pop your coat off for me so I can listen to your heart? For downloadable content and many more collocations and expressions,
if necessary, make a screenshot. Very interesting phrasal verbs. And we'll have some practice of these verbs for us to remember. Okay, done. Yes. Okay. Now let's review. Let's review the meanings of these verbs. Just a second. So at the top of your screens, you can see the verbs, yeah, and collocations with pops, with the pop, yeah, and we should match. Perhaps if you remember something, just let me know. I fix the matches.
To pop the question means to ask the partner if they want to get married.
Okay. So Pedro wanted to pop the question. Yeah.
Nah, Pedro was a coward. It was John.
Yes, Pedro wanted. Yes, he wanted to pop the question, and he arrived to Mama Elena's house. Yes, he wanted to marry Tita, but it turned out he was a coward and he married
The wrong person.
Yes.
To pop in, it's to visit someone, to drop in.
Okay, Jenny, Louis, if okay, some more participants. Imelda has arrived. Hello, hello, Imelda. Hello. Imelda, hello. Silence. Okay, okay. Any more ideas? Okay. Rosalba, please unmute. Rosalba, we don't hear you. You switched off your microphone.
I'm talking with pop
Okay.
up is to appear unexpectedly or suddenly.
Showing unexpectedly.
A pop icon, it's recognizable almost to everyone.
Imelda, hello. We don't see you and don't hear you. But
Up the
perhaps...
cork is to open the bottle of champagne.
Okay.
Yes, the pom on is to put on clothes.
Okay. By the way,
Pop-up is to appear unexpectedly or suddenly.
which one? Pop up or pop over?
The first pop-up
Okay.
is to appear unexpectedly or suddenly.
Pop, it stand out, especially about
Yes,
color.
just a second. Pop up is an adjective. It's not a verb. It's an adjective.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because a pop up is an adjective and it can't has the meaning of the verb.
Yeah. Pop back is leaving a place suddenly without explanation.
Perhaps. By way
Pop
back.
back.
But
Pop back,
there is
yeah.
a word back. Are you sure?
Pop.
Louis?
Stand out. It stand out. Pop.
Okay.
Pop over, it's to come back for a short time.
Perhaps. I always agree with your ideas.
Meaning we are wrong.
Okay. And the adjective, just look for and find the adjective and let's add pop up there.
Pop up is to appear unexpectedly or suddenly.
No. Pop up is an adjective.
No.
So we need an adjective here, not a verb.
Temporary.
Yeah. And pop up is to appear. Guys, is it possible be off and appear? Just switch on the logic.
No.
Off is means
it could be in or over. So switch.
Okay.
So to pop off, it's no way.
Pop off. Come back. Where is the bag?
Pop off will be like disappear because it's off. Like when you say off I am. I'm
Okay,
off.
so where should I appear? Here. Pop off. Like this. And pop back here, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay. Let's submit and learn what we have learned. Perfect. Oh, 1, 2, and not. Okay. Very close things, I know, but still very curious verb. So these answers are not correct, and here are correct. Just once again, pop up is not showing. Pop in is not visit someone and not appear. Okay, pop in.
Wait a minute, I'm going to take a screenshot.
Okay, that is our answers. Okay, and then I push correct answers and we'll see the wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so that is correct.
Mm.
Pop in, come in, yeah, come without invitation, so to say, yeah, just somewhere to stop by a coffee shop, yeah, for a quick visit. Pop in.
Put on clothes.
It's like the meaning of come across. Pop over, visit, and pop up, appear unexpectedly. Pop up like a kernel of popcorn, yeah, pop up. And as for the rest, okay, just make a screenshot because we are going to use these verbs in some exercise. Yeah, where you will be offered some sentences and we should insert these verbs according to their meanings. If necessary, make a screenshot, okay? We go on. Yes. Can we go on? Okay, we go. Okay, and one more task, which is the last one for today. Just a second. Okay, we should insert these verbs, yeah, and combinations, collocations with pop into the sentences according to their meaning. Just say, for example, pop up should be placed into and tell me the number, okay?
The first one is pop icons. Pop the cork number 8.
No.
Pop back is number 4.
Which one?
If
Pop
you
back.
finish your work early, why don't you
I'm
pop
sorry,
over?
Jenny, will you please repeat louder?
Okay, so pop back is number 4.
Okay. Rosalba, please.
Pop over number 6.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
If you finish your work early, why don't you pop up for an over?
Like this one. So inviting, yes? We're inviting someone, yes? Perhaps.
But
Don't open it.
it is impossible to say,
Louis?
don't you popping up. It's impossible. Don't you pop, not popping.
Louis?
Yes, pop up the number 3.
Okay, Rosalba, can you please say once again?
Number 6 is not correct because we can't say why don't you popping? Why don't you pop over?
Grammar.
Yeah.
Number 7 is pop the question.
grammar is really helpful here.
What is popping up? Comfort. What? What kind of music? A new error message is popping up on my computer screen every time I try to save the file.
Present continuous. And by the way, guys, have a look at this sentence. We see that it happens constantly, yes? But why is present continuous used here? Who knows? Because we use present
Because
continuous.
it's constant.
Yes,
He keeps on doing the
because
same.
we are irritated. And although it happens constantly, yeah, and it gives us a hint about present simple, but it irritates us. Yeah, we are angry. Something
Whatever,
is
Nina,
annoying. In this case, present continuous is used. For example, oh, he's constantly being late. Not just he's late. He's late means he is late every day. Yeah, but if we are irritated, we use he's constantly being late. Yes, we use present continuous if the situation irritates us by some bad habit of the rest, for example. Okay, and the last one. Okay, let's submit and find out if we are smart or not. This time much better. It means that the class was really productive. Okay. And the correct. Perfect. Okay, we had a great class. We walked a lot, read, enriched vocabulary, learned a bit about popcorn, and learned some phrasal verbs with the verb pop. So I guess now we will imagine ourselves as popcorn when we're mad, angry, and whatever. I feel my head is like a popcorn sometimes. Okay. So as for my next class, I have planned to finish the story, but I don't know. Perhaps I'm too cruel. I don't know. Uh, perhaps two classes, but I'm afraid there will be a big break because I will be busy, pretty busy, and our proms at school are usually at weekends. So I'm afraid that if I make two more classes, the next class will be next week, and the last class will be in 3 weeks. I'm afraid of that. That's why I think that the next weekend will be our last class on this book. Please read on your own. I will finish reading it, and sometimes we come back to the story to read some moments. And I guess I've read this book 3 times. Firstly, I listened it like an audiobook in Russian, and then I read it twice in English. What for twice? First one to understand if the story is okay for us, and then with us in team. So I need to read more often, yes, to make a meeting on the story. Where I find time, I don't know. I always find time for things I really like. Okay. Rosalba, please unmute.
Always forget. So for next meeting, we have to finish the story.
You will have to read up to page 142. 142. Because we'll start reading 142. Yes, about 50.
But you'll send a message.
Of course. In the group, in the WhatsApp group, and as always in Facebook. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, hope you enjoyed the class. We learned a lot, and every meeting brings some special emotions. For me, it's always I'm waiting for the event. For me, it's a real event because we gather, discuss stories, and we do activities we all like. Yeah, using English, reading, improving grammar and vocabulary, and that's how we improve speaking. Because we read, but the main aim is to improve speaking, of course. So don't be sad about this book because many interesting books of modern writers are waiting for us to discover, to enjoy, and share some life wisdom, I guess. Anyway, no matter the book I choose, no matter the writer I choose, no matter from the West or from the East, I understand that all people need kindness. All people need some kind advice because we need some, compass to go. Yes, we need some help. We need someone to take our hand and show the right way to follow. Sometimes there is no suitable person by our side, but we have books we can learn wisdom from. I think books is a good idea because we can see it's a good idea to see what is right and what is wrong about your life, your own life, yeah, about the situation in the world. I think it helps to form our thinking a lot.
Reading is a very, very good activity. And I agree with you. It doesn't matter the book, but what matters is this exchange of ideas. We can share ideas and opinion different from people who come from different parts of the world. So sharing a different experience is really an enrichment, a personal enrichment, and influence positively our personal growth because we open our mind.
Yeah. Agree.
And I really enjoy this group for this reason, because I love reading, and I'm very happy to meet so many people that share my hobby. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you very much.
Thank you all, guys. Okay, so it's time to say goodbye and see you at our next. So many books for us to read soon.
But I'll see you next week, so it is not the last one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Have a
Thank you.
good time,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a nice weekend. Well, the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye, everybody.